Hello and welcome to Rollout, a role-playing stream in which today we're playing Tales from the Loop, and I am here with Robin.
Hi.
Kieran.
Howdy.
Paul.
Hello.
And John.
Hello.
And what this group haven't done yet is how I traditionally do new weeks. So what I want everybody to do is to take 3d6, roll them, and whoever gets a total lowest will be the one who recaps us on last week.
Sorry, do we want high or low in order to not recap for next week?
High to not recap.
Damn it.
I got 11. I'll speak first and be honest.
I got 7.
I got
9.
9. Me too. So John and I are safe.
7. It's me then.
Thank you, 7.
Let's see. The official title's The Beacon, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So I can attempt an awful trailer voice.
Go on then.
I'm not
It's
very
up to you.
Previously on The Beacon. So previously on The Beacon, a strange ragtag crew of little kids got together in a lighthouse to do some things involving newspapers, like publish them. They all happened to go to the same school, except for Tarquin. That's John right there. Because he is from another school. Which school are you from, John?
I don't know. I haven't made up a name for it yet. You're selling this. Keep it.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
These strange misfits have nothing in common except their desire to expose the truths around them. And in an effort to do so, they all go to a launch of some new Transformers toys. The hottest news in town. So, where were we? Yeah, that's right. Upon finding the latest Transformers and buying one of them, they discovered to their absolute shock and awe that the Transformers can move autonomously.
Props are good.
Yep, absolutely. And that their weapons do fire and are potentially lethal. And they also discover that the entire shipment of evil robots, or Decepticons, has gone missing and could be wreaking havoc anywhere in the neighborhood. Am I missing anything?
No, I think
We're
you...
stalking a guy.
Yeah.
I'm stalking a guy. Or we're
I
stalking.
think,
Guy keeping
I think Tarquin and I are stalking a guy.
Yeah.
You folks went to a house before you started stalking a guy.
Oh yeah.
We did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did.
That's right. Yeah.
Toys were destroyed. Property
Yeah.
damage
And the
was
fact we
done.
see one of the Decepticons kill an Autobot makes them sort of suspect that maybe the Decepticons are loose and hunting and killing all toys, including Autobots.
Perhaps.
It's hard to tell because they're in disguise.
Oh, and they indiscriminately killed all the other toys as well, just in case they were in disguise.
Oh, and almost shot a child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, but luckily, the missing person, whose name I've forgotten, shot down the escaping Decepticon. Now, yeah, me and Paul are about to... Dot and Paul are running desperately to try to see where this thing escaped to, or possibly crash-landed, whilst
right.
Robin and Parker and Tarquin are following this weird mind-blank person who basically handing out leaflets until he ran out of leaflets, and then just immediately turned and walked off. And we think he's heading towards the toy shop.
Has some
Yeah.
sort of strange device in the back of his neck.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, that was a thing.
Clearly a Decepticon mind control device.
Yeah.
The so Trish turns to Peter pretty quickly after she fires this weapon, and says to you that she has to hide this because if someone gets it, it's a gun, and she should also. There's a lot of things going on. She needs to look more into where these items came from, where these robots came from, and look a bit more into Corina Young, the designer. So she's going to go and check out the local library. And with that, she fades into an abstracted space where she's not
Into
here.
the missing window area somewhere around
Yeah.
the chat.
Yes.
But this is the best game for people to not be here because you can just pick up the scenes later. You know?
Yeah.
Just shoot filler.
So, who was it that was going after the falling helicopter Decepticon?
I believe Dot and Peter were.
Okay, so approaching the back of this house, I'm guessing you climb over fences and so forth to get to behind the house. You approach a. There's not a scene of carnage or anything like that. It looks as though an oversized toy has crumpled into the floor here. There's bits of rotor strewn across this well-mowed lawn of someone's back garden. A small shed sits at the back, and you can see pretty much close to the center of the garden itself is a about 30 centimeter long black shape in the rough shape of a helicopter chassis, except quite blocky.
Is it moving? Is it sort of...
Currently, it does appear to be twitching, yes. There's no smoke or anything like that coming out of it, but it is twitching.
I step over to Peter and touch his arm gently and go, Peter, you're the expert. Do you recognise this one?
Do I... Let me have a check. Peter's literally just realised he's alone with Dot, and it's really freaking
As she's
him out.
touching his arm.
Yeah. Do I recognise it? I don't know. I'm not familiar with...
Did you get any sort of pamphlets or anything like that from the store? Do you have any other pamphlets that you were given before by the...
I'm pretty sure... I mean, Paul doesn't recognise a helicopter.
No.
Decepticon,
but
Peter might, because he's a...
Yeah, so you don't recognise this specific one. You recognise that there are helicopter Decepticons, or helicopter Transformers as a whole. But this specific one, the black sort of military style, it appears to be some sort of like military helicopter, maybe a transport helicopter of some kind.
Okay. Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely one of the bad guys. You don't tend to get helicopters in the good guys.
It does
Not
have
really.
the symbol of the Decepticons on the side.
Oh, look, here's the symbol, definitely.
Do you think I should take it out of action?
Oh, yeah.
so if I walked over and stomped on it, that wouldn't be a problem for you, Peter.
No. Decepticons and killing them kind of go together like that.
Good. I turn and immediately
Hey,
run.
Can I remind you do have a brick?
Oh yeah, they forgot about the brick. You're right. I think I've got the big
Also,
boots.
your coat is full of those pamphlets, if you recall.
Yeah. Pamphlets, bricks, and actually a transformer. That's the other thing in the code.
Oh, yeah.
Shh.
Shall we see how they interact?
That's a bit. This one's friendly though. It's got no guns.
Well,
feel
maybe
kind of- You could.
it'll kick the corpse.
I get it out and give it to Peter. You hold this. You go hold this, and I get out the brick, and I'll be ready.
So you've got the which one do you have? Do you have the Optimus or do you have the
Bike?
The bike. Okay. So you get that out. Do you put it nearby, or what do you do with it?
I'm approaching nearby, ready to stomp the thing. If it's ever hurt my little friend.
Yes.
I'm going to
Death to
take
fascists.
this not actually Optimus and place it next to the helicopter on the ground.
It straight away it suddenly changes its demeanor into quite an on point military sort of demeanor, where it looks at the wreckage of this helicopter and adopts like a fighting pose. It slowly approaches, and then from it, it has the I said last time it has the wheels on its arms. From the edges of the wheels come blades, and the wheels on the arms spin, and it just starts beating into this Decepticon.
Get it back. This is really threatening my pessimism.
I don't know if I can touch it. It's ow, ow.
I get my.
So as soon as you try to grab it, if it hits you once accidentally, it'll stop. The wheels will stop, and the blades will go away, and then it'll hold up its hands to you.
Oh, thank you, little motorbike.
Asimov's laws. I remember something from last week.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Asimovian laws.
Yeah, we established they don't apply.
Yeah.
Maybe they do.
It gives the Decepticon a swift kick, and then looks up at Peter and salutes.
Oh my. Thank you for dealing with the Decepticon for us.
Gone.
Peter, I think we should get this back to the actual lighthouse and meet everyone there. Like, I'll take it in my coat, you carry my brick. You know.
Oh, it would be my pleasure.
Like, thanks, Peter. You've been really good today.
Oh, thanks.
Taking my awesome coat.
Yep.
Wrapping. Basically, I'm kind of like a low-rent cloak and dagger without the dagger. I just wrap it in my big overcoat and throw it over my shoulder, just because my coat's pretty tough, so it's not going to break out of there.
And
I'm cradling the brick as if it were some sort of delicate child.
So,
and the little motorbike transformer has crawled up Peter's clothes and is now sitting on his shoulder.
cool.
Tarquin and Parker, you're following this fellow to the toy store, if I recall.
Well, wherever he's going, we're going.
Yeah, he was heading towards the toy store when we ended.
He continues to walk in the same direction. You can see the toy store just ahead of you, and he turns into its entrance, and he goes to open the door, but it appears locked. The day is currently going into evening, and the sun is starting to go down. He looks down at a basket that is next to the entrance. It looks as though there were maybe... it's a long, thin basket that you have previously seen pamphlets in, and it appears to be empty. And then he looks around and can... Yeah, okay. He kind of looks around for a second, looks at you two, and then starts to kind of check... He opens his backpack, looks at it, just starts not doing much apart from just kind of standing there. Looks in his backpack, fiddles with his watch on his wrist.
Okay, so his job is now is done. He's run out of stuff to do. Should we try and talk to him again?
Definitely.
Okay. I'm going to go up to this teenager, who is probably bigger than me, almost certainly.
Yeah, he's like a head higher than you.
Yeah. And I'm going to go up to him and say, "Hi, I'm Tarquin."
Hello. Something I can help you with?
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, do you want to get in the toy store? It's closed, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of late now.
Yeah.
We just saw you up the road handing out flyers.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get one of the flyers out and hold it out in front of him. But I'm guessing you're done now.
Well, what do you mean? Yeah, I was handing out some flyers. I'm pretty much done now. I don't think there's any more. No.
So he's acting completely normal. Or his eyes aren't glazed over anymore or anything.
Can you give me a what's the check? Empathize.
I have a 6.
You can ask me 2 questions.
Are his eyes still glazed over?
No, he appears to be looking directly at Tarquin. You occasionally see him glance in your direction.
And now I personally, and Tarquin, tell me if you have something you'd rather ask than this, but I personally would want to see if that chip is still active in the back of his neck.
Yeah, no, that's what I want to know. I was going to point it out to him, but
Yeah, same.
let's see how we hit.
Oh, is the chip still there? And
Oh, sorry. Yeah, looking. So I didn't realize you. I thought you were going to do
Yeah.
something to try and see it, but
well, I mean, what is he wearing?
no, this is fine. You can just kind of walk around to the other side, and you take a glance at the back of his neck, and you can see there is still something there. It's not doing anything, and it wasn't really moving or anything like that before, but you can see it.
So if I stand on my tiptoes, am I tall enough to tap it?
Yeah, I mean, you just need to kind of reach up and.
But you know, you've got a thing in the back of your neck.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Is that supposed to be there?
I think so.
What's it do?
Don't know. Feels good.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Put it there.
It's really cool. It's really really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, totally cool. Where would you go to get one of them?
I don't know. I just kind of. How did it? I was walking home from school. Well, home from college anyway, and then I remember seeing a bunch of toys by the side of the road, and then one of them grabbed me, and the other one, then the back of my neck really hurt, and then suddenly, I guess that's how I got it.
Did you just say that a bunch of toys by the side of the road grabbed you?
Yeah, sounds strange when I think about it, but I guess.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I guess.
Do you mind if I just take a closer look? Please?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so I want to look for a maker's mark or anything that's identifiable.
You can see he's kind of rubbing the area now. Give me an investigate check. It's very all the detail on it is very small.
I'm totally checking which one is invested. Okay, bear with me. So that's 9. I'm not very good at this, just as a heads up. No, I just have many 3s. Those add up to 6.
Okay, so you start to look at the back of his neck, and you look at the chip, and you pull it a little bit. At which point he jerks back, and actually with his elbow clocks you round the side of the head.
Ow!
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me. I just felt like I needed to.
Me neither.
I'm going to.
Parker, can you put yourself as injured for the?
Yeah, what does that achieve?
That is a condition that means you're going to have -1 on checks going forward. He clocked you basically on the eye, and it's going to annoy you for a bit.
No!
You might have a black eye.
Do you know how much makeup I'm going to need to cover this up?
I'm really sorry. I mean, it didn't hurt or anything. I just felt scared for a moment.
No, it didn't hurt you. It hurt me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should go. I'm going to scoop up Parker and try and usher her away from this weirdo.
The guy looks.
Parker makes a gesture, but it wasn't that one.
The guy looks back down the basket containing no pamphlets and looks at his watch again. It's like 6 o'clock in the evening. So what do you two do?
Okay, we need to head back to the treehouse.
The treehouse, the lighthouse.
Sorry, treehouse, lighthouse.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Okay. So Yep. Okay. Robin is still there. Closing the door of the lighthouse behind you. Dot and Peter are already there.
Okay, I would like to relay to them everything that transpired. This weirdo, the fact that he's been accosted by crazy toys, and essentially brainwashed. Peter, is this a thing that Decepticons do?
Well, I do remember one episode where they hacked one of the Autobots and made him a Decepticon. I've not seen them do it to a person before, though. They could, maybe. I don't normally say this, but it is just a cartoon.
Peter, this isn't a cartoon. This is totalitarian. I can't pronounce that word. Totalitarian. I can't say totalitarianism. No, that's a word I can't say. Totalitarianism. That word.
Totalitarianism.
Thank you.
You're
That's
missing
literally a word I can't say. It's amazing. I believe Dot probably could.
Right. Okay. It's
So I
definitely.
like the idea that Dot mispronounces it.
That's it. Total. That's fascism. That's why I say fascism all the time. No, this is mind control. This is as bad as it gets.
He hit me.
That's pretty bad too.
Well, I suppose the Decepticons are kind of fascists in the show. You're not wrong.
Can we have done something with the robot before they got here, by the way?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. What would you like to have done?
Tied it up with metal wire in a kind of like, sort of, looks a bit like like we might have been torturing it, except we haven't. We just not sure how we can tie it up.
Hmm.
Kind of barbed wire out
I'm
here.
not sure Peter would have approved of that, but he'll probably have watched whilst being very nervous and fidgety if Dot just insisted.
Yes, Dot's quite like, we need to make sure it's tied up. I don't trust this thing. It hurt people.
I would have been saying, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the
And
good robot or the bad robot?
The evil one, not the good. So I stress the evil one.
Oh, the evil one. Oh,
Yes.
sorry. Okay.
Oh no, please, no.
Right.
He's on your shoulders. No way I would ever do that to that lovely.
Okay.
As in the one that was a
Helicopter.
helicopter. Yeah. Okay. It's mostly it stopped moving by now. It looks like a lot of damage was done by the Autobot, by the motorbike, but yeah, if you still tie it up, it's still in helicopter form. And yeah, absolutely, Parker and Tarquin, when you get in, you can see that on the table in the lighthouse there is a tied up with metal wire, appears to be some kind of helicopter chassis.
Peter's jumping up and down and saying, "We captured one."
It's like, Peter, you're the good at the technology. Could you get it like? We could interrogate it. We've got one of them. We could, if you could get it working a bit better. I mean, it's just Peter. I know this is a big ask, but I genuinely believe I'm trying to make a leadership role. This is the part of the moment where we kind of all here together, and this is what the beacon's about. I've read that bit of Optimus Prime being freedom is the right of all sentient beings, and Pete, that's true. And only you can do that. You are Optimus Prime right now.
I'm Optimus Prime.
You are, or one of the other characters. Which Ironhide, is he relevant to this job? I'm going through the paperwork because I'm not exactly sure who does
You
it.
mean Ratchet? Same body shape as Ironhide? Yeah.
Nope. And definitely then him then. Can you Ratchet?
Okay, I can be Ratchet. Yeah.
Can I make a leadership role for that?
I
Yeah,
thought I was
sure,
going to
absolutely.
self-actualise this morning. I didn't realise exactly how well it would work.
So mine would be, my leadership is 1, so my total is 5 dice.
Sure.
And 2 6s, which means
brilliant.
we have 4 dice to put on other challenges later.
Okay.
So
Nice.
if everyone needs any extra dice, for God's sake, shout.
Do
Okay.
you want to give any to Peter right now? Peter, are you trying to fix this machine?
So yeah, I kind of I'm fiddling with it, and I'm sort of mumbling. Well, I don't know whether its spark is gone, but we can maybe get its circuits working again.
That would be a tinker check, and if Dot would like to, after having that speech, would like to put anything towards it.
What's your tinker?
7.
Wow. Have a couple. Let's have
Okay.
I'm
I'm
going to say 3.
rolling 9.
Okay, actually, you're on 9, so we have 2, yeah.
Right. Woo. Fell off the table. 2 6s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 6s. Yes, you can put this thing together. It's actually incredibly difficult, and I'm going to say that it had a difficulty of 2 to start with, because once you start tinkering with it, you can tell it's actually quite an advanced piece of equipment. it doesn't appear to be, on dissecting it, it doesn't appear to be just a toy. I mean, you've kind of figured that out by now, but there appears to be complex circuitry involved. There appear to be chips embedded in various parts of it, and
Am I spotting anything that, because I would have done a lot of robot maintenance on the farm, that was one of my jobs that I do for my parents. Am I spotting anything here that's not obviously human level tech?
Give me a calculate check.
Okay. That's 7 as well.
You feel like you could fix it back to a state where you expect it to be, but to actually work out more detail about what it is, that'll be a separate calculate check.
Okay. Ooh, 3 6s.
You can ask me 6 questions.
All the
the
rats.
skills.
Blimey. Oh, I haven't got my reference sheet with me. What are the questions I can ask again?
Any questions you want, but there are things like, what is its purpose? How does it work? How can I use it? Who built it? What problems could it cause? Is it illegal?
Okay, right. So first of all, I'm gonna ask: Is it significantly more technologically advanced than the robots I work on at the farm, which are reasonably high tech?
There appear. Yes, because a lot of the stuff in it appears smaller. It's very
Right. So
very
it's miniaturized, but it's not different significantly.
correct.
Right. Okay. So I haven't spotted anything that I would have looked at it and gone, "Oh my god, that's alien tech," or this hasn't been invented yet, that kind of thing.
There is nothing inhuman about the technology. I'm going to say that's question 2.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to ask: Are there any signature components that I might know where they came from, or be able to track down, like a source, like a factory, or anything like that? Any serial numbers?
Sorry, who made it?
Yeah, you do not see any serial numbers on the chips, or on any part of it. In fact, there is no serial number on any part of this machine. Even you would expect, as a big fan of Transformers, you would expect somewhere on it to be a small serial number that denotes the the production number. But even that's not on it. It seems like this device was built without one.
Okay, right. So it's all bespoke. Let me think. What else? Does all the sort of like finishing, sort of the Decepticon logo and the painting and all that kind of stuff, does it seem, hand done or professionally done? Is there anything incongruous on it, or it's all really top notch pro work, that kind of thing?
It's all incredibly top-notch pro work. It's almost like someone has built a machine to do this, like specifically put this together. So there's not a hand painting out of place, or anything like that.
So I'm not spotting any sort of hand soldering. This looks like it was production line made.
Correct. Yes.
Right. Okay. Oh wow. In that case, any other ideas for questions? Anybody got something they want to ask?
I just want to know who made it.
Are they remote controlled? Are they, is there an extra CPU? Is there remote controlled? Is there any way to like trace them? Those sort of ideas. Do they have a weak spot?
There does appear to be a radio receiver in it.
Ah, okay.
Can we work out the frequency and trace it back?
That would be probably a program check.
So it's like the question, like to the room. This is kind of not what my character does. So this all sounds very exciting.
Yeah,
I do
follow-up
have-
question. Not for Oz, but for us for a moment.
So I want to clarify. It's not just radio receiver. It also can send radio.
Oh, interesting. Am I
Okay.
noticing any in that case for the 6th question? If anyone's not got another one?
Can I let Robin say what Robin was going to say?
Yeah, go on.
Do we think, Oz, don't answer this, do we think that they're communicating with each other with that radio, or that it's being used to communicate with their maker? Because we know who their maker is.
Right.
That was the Karina woman,
Or
wasn't it?
some
Yeah,
kind
we
of
know who they're.
like the Terminator, some kind of like Skynet can be controlling them all.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you could fit a computer brain in there, because computer brains are the size of rooms.
But they could be talking to each other, like with built-in walkie-talkie type
Oh yeah.
tech, couldn't they?
They do seem to be following an objective. I don't know whether that's programmed inside the actual robot or if that's beamed to them all.
Also, logically, if they have it, then our buddy friends have it. Potentially. So if they can, if we ask them if they can communicate with each other, then logically these guys can too.
Oh, yeah. Can you? I'll turn around to the robot on my shoulder and say, can you talk to the other Autobots?
It looks at you and nods.
At a distance. Stress.
Yeah, not just while in the same room.
Okay, I mean, now?
No, he shakes his head.
Okay, right.
Are we thinking that someone has modified the Decepticons to be different, to contain a radio receiver?
It's a matter of conversion.
Well, okay, when we were in Francis's bedroom, were there, all of the robot that he had bought had been torn apart, yeah?
Yeah.
The good guy robot that he
Yeah.
had bought.
Mm-hmm.
Did it look like any parts had been stripped out, or did they also have, like, similar things that we're seeing here?
It just had a big hole in its chest.
It did. Peter, do you show people, like, the radio receiver or anything like that while you're working on it?
Yeah, I'm assuming any questions I ask, I'm kind of, excitedly speaking the answers as I tinker around with it.
I'm going to say that Parker, yeah, you do recognize that the radio transmitter and receiver, you recognize parts of that from seeing the inside of the Autobot before. It looks like that one would have had similar.
But they can't talk to each other, so that radio receiver / transmitter must be used to communicate with something else.
The Autobot on Peter's shoulder says, shakes his head.
Okay,
I
can
don't
I
understand-
still ask one more question?
Yeah. I misunderstood that question Parker asked, by the way. As in, they don't communicate with the thing that's... what information we've just gathered there? Sorry, I just lost track of what the robot told us.
Me too.
Oh, I think we've just established that the robots don't communicate with a central network of any kind, or at least the Autobots don't. They're autonomous.
But then why would they have the same chip?
Well, we don't know that they do. We haven't confirmed that because we didn't examine the kind of corpse of the Autobot.
Look, I think it's all very well interrogating robots that can't talk and can only nod. And what we should really be doing is getting a hold of the designer of these. We can bring the designer that destroyed Decepticon and ask her if she built this into these robots.
That's a good
And
idea.
It's either her that did it or someone else that did it without her knowledge.
Parker was trying to get their address, wasn't she?
Yeah, I just need to call that secretary lady.
That sounds
And-
like a lead. Good work, Tarquin. I'm impressed.
Peter still has one question that he didn't ask.
Oh, yeah. So is there any... we've noticed the radio receiver, but what information can it transmit? Are there cameras? Are there... am I noticing microphones? Is it picking up audio, visual?
It does not appear to be picking up anything external to the robot itself. It appears to be hooked into some of the chips, so you're not sure what's being sent and received.
So I can't find any sensors on this. No, how does it know what's
not
going
wired
on?
into the chip.
We must
Yeah,
It's not wired into the receiver.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
the head of the robot does appear to have small cameras in it, like you would expect, like spy cam kind of size things, in the front of it.
But can they feel pain?
The little motorbike one looks at Parker.
It's okay, little buddy.
So,
Don't worry.
Peter,
She won't hurt you, I hope.
if we went and got you some technical stuff, could you think you could try to maybe see if there is a signal?
I could have a try right now. I've got my kit with me.
Out of character for a second.
Yeah.
there's one thing we can do in the lighthouse. If Parker wants to have an emotional scene with somebody, she can heal. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like if you can have a heart-to-heart, like say Tarquin, like about how it felt to be hurt and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you could get that check unchecked while we work on something else.
Yeah, so Peter and Dot go and try and use the ham radio, which last time it was established is actually in here.
Ah,
We had walkie-talkies.
And yeah, so while they do that,
Right, I'm going to go up to Parker and awkwardly, with my hands in my pocket, say, "You all right?"
It really hurts. I mean, look, Tarquin's like gonna bruise. I mean, it's just gonna look so terrible.
Okay, Tarquin's going to go, wait, let me see. And then he's going to sweep a lock of your hair aside so you can get a good look. And then he's going to go, yeah, that's going to bruise.
Oh,
Come on, how old is this kid?
well, you're what, like 14?
He's a 14-year-old jock. Come on now. You're not going to get much out of this.
But Tarquin was Parker's first love, and vice versa.
It's true. It's true.
It's true channel.
okay,
I kind of get out like a compact with like my makeup and cover up, and I'm just kind of going, just kind of patting it a bit. Have we got ice? We don't have ice, do we?
We've probably got like a soft drink. I'm going to get like a cold thing.
Yeah.
And hand it over to you and sort of gingerly press it up.
Oh,
underneath
thank
your
you.
eye.
Thank you.
No,
That
it's
was
okay. It's okay. Just 2 taps in your eyes.
Permanent damage. Okay, I'm gonna hold the ice pack thing. Soft drink.
Don't worry, Parker. If I see him again, I'll deck him.
Tarquin.
okay, you can Parker and Tarquin can both remove a condition if you have any.
I do not have one.
And if how would you do this?
I could probably roll a program to see.
I think. Yeah, let's go with program.
Okay, cool. Let's see. I've got. I really stacked. I'm 8 in program.
So I'm not going to use my leadership on you there. Then you can handle it yourself.
Yeah. By the way, don't ask me to do anything physical or anything involving understanding another human being.
You got this.
4 6s.
Wow.
Ouch.
Okay, so you yeah, so basically you managed to succeed at using the ham radio, determining the frequency that the Decepticon is transmitting on, and you start to work out what you start to determine a sort of pattern to something being transmitted back and forth. It doesn't just appear to be words or anything like that, but you hear sort of patterns of numbers, and you would guess that it's communicating something. And at first you're not sure what, but then you start to realize that all the numbers are in 10 are either 0, 1, 2 followed by up to 10, and you work out that it's letters. And as you keep listening, it's the same set of letters over and over again. Hearing this Decepticon transmission, you hear the letters D, E, S, T, R, O, Y.
Spellcasting.
So I can imagine us
I don't
two
even
working.
need to
You
write
just
that
say the
down.
letters one at a time, and me writing D, E, S, Destro. I can't say that. My character doesn't know that.
When we get to Destro, Peter's like, well, in Japan, the Transformers, the Decepticons, are known as Destrons. Oh wait, it says destroy.
I was like, when you say it sounds like numbers, is it actually like Spectrum loading noise? Or actual?
Yeah, it's sort of in terms of the dits and dars of Morse code, it's multiple dits in a row.
Okay. Do you think this is techno, Peter?
Well, it's quite technologically advanced, if that's what you mean. Yes.
I never knew you were so good at computers. I mean, do you want to form a band?
A band?
This is too much for Peter.
I don't.
You're gonna kill him.
We'll talk about this later, but you're so good at technology, we could be like I'm not very good at it, but I can do the shouting, singing, and you can you can do the music, which is...
I would be in a band with you. I don't know how you do that with a computer, but I would do it.
Techno, my friend. I waved my enemy at him. Anyway, back to...
Oh, it's music! Techno, is it a kind of music?
Apparently so.
Well, it's not real music if it doesn't use guitars.
Oh.
It definitely doesn't. This is very... Tarquin, this is weird and new stuff. I don't think we should mock it. The enemy would not write it if it's not good. Except that one time.
Electronic music, yeah, okay. Yeah, you can make computers make tuned beeps and bloops and things.
Full on band destroy. Anyway, back to destroying things.
Yeah, the Destrons. Such a really good band name.
Back to the Destrons.
Outside, you do notice that in the windows of this lighthouse, it is getting pretty dark.
Right. I think we should call it a night, everyone. And then tomorrow we need to meet up back here and then head to try and call the secretary and try and find out if we can get hold of the baker, because that's the best lead we've got so far. So start trying desperately to fill Trish's shoes.
No one can fill Trisha's shoes. But yes, we'll call Mayor Elliot tomorrow.
Okay. So, unless anybody has anything, I'm going to call someone for a scene. Getting home, Parker. Just bringing up, making sure I have all the details on Parker's household. Yeah, so you close the door to your own house. Tell me, what does the inside of the Popular Kid's house look like?
Expensive. Like, you know how new money buys all this random crap that's always just on the newest edge of anything you could feasibly buy to keep up with the Joneses?
Yeah.
But no one quite knows how to use it in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, your parents probably just bought you a new Walkman.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
One for me, one for Teddy, my brother.
Parker, dear, could you come through to the living room? You hear your mother, Karen, call.
I am instantly suspicious. Mum never takes an interest. But I go.
You enter the living room, which is, has a classic 3-piece suite of leather upholstery. There's a...
It's hideous.
Yeah. Around a very deep, very large TV, which sits in a corner of the room, and then near the back of the room there's a dining table with chairs around it. You've got like a mixed dining table lounge area, and your parents are both sat on the settee, and in front of them is a large gift wrapped box about the size of what would today be like a desktop PC, that kind of size. Parker,
Hi, Mummy. Daddy, how was work?
work was perfectly fine today. Parker, have you been out with your friends again? How are they? How's that Tarquin boy?
Oh, perfectly lovely, Mummy, as usual.
And what about the that sister of his?
Well, that's never lovely.
Good. I'm glad you know how the people around here have their place.
Well, you did say I was supposed to be a good influence on her.
This is true. And well, I thought we could perhaps start. Please sit down. We've got you something.
Oh, I do love presents.
This is yours, and your mother kind of slides the box in your direction. It's got white wrapping paper with a big, like, proper gift-style red bow with a...
Oh my god. Okay. I unwrap it. Carefully. You
Yes.
can't ruin the wrapping paper.
As you open it, as you undo the wrapping paper carefully and unpeel the sellotape, and you peel it back, and you notice underneath quite obvious markings that you had seen on other items earlier. These appear to be 3 Decepticon toys, one of which appears to be Megaton Prime. One called Alter Ego, which looks really huge, and one called Amphitrax. They are...
Oh, Mummy, you shouldn't have.
Well, they appear to be very popular, and I was told that we thought it would be a good idea to get you some new things, and we thought that these would be best.
I do like new things.
Yes, I'm sure they'll go quite well among the rest of your things, thinking that back to the pink bedroom upstairs.
Yeah.
This is just like jet black robot.
Yeah.
Now, this is not normal Mummy and Daddy behavior. Like, no. Mummy and Daddy don't quite understand me, but this is not to this extent. Like,
No,
They're not rocking chips, are they?
like
Have you still got a black eye?
makeup.
She make up to it.
Okay.
Mummy,
Yes,
I
dear?
do love your new hairdo. It
Thank you.
looks. I like it best when it's up.
Well, I just thought that it would be nice now to start putting it down. I think it's the new fashion.
I go to hug my mother.
Okay. I would like you to give me a... Are you trying to surreptitiously look at the back of your mother's neck?
I mean, how hard is it to just brush a hand over my mom's neck while I'm hugging her?
Okay, that's entirely
Normal.
fair enough. Yes,
Remember what happened last time?
you do feel
My
a
mum
solid...
hits me.
You do feel a solid object on the back of her neck. A small, solid object.
Snap.
Oh, Mummy, have you gotten something new done to your neck?
Well, now that you mention it, yes, I did get a new thing done on the back.
I know you were talking about getting a nose job, but this is a bit different.
Well, now isn't the time to talk about that, dear. I'm quite particular about my nose.
Oh. Sorry, Mummy. Should I just take...
Perhaps you should go to your room and play with your new toys.
Maybe I should do that. Yeah, I just need to make a quick stop in the kitchen first. What happened to those crates that you used to seal things and lock them? I need some sort of box that I can lock.
Okay, so thinking throughout the house, you can certainly tell me such a thing exists. Maybe in the garage. Maybe there's a
toolbox. Like Daddy has a toolbox, and toolboxes are locked.
Sure. Okay. You.
Or it doesn't even need to like not with a lock and a key, but like something with those like click down plastic latches or something.
Sure. Okay. So is that what you're going for? Are you going to the garage, or can you think of something else?
No, I'm going for that. I just need to make a quick stop in the garage first, get some ice cream.
Sure thing, dear. Get us some raspberry ripple. That would be lovely.
Absolutely, mummy.
So you head off into the garage, where I'm guessing you have a large freezer, like a large, what are they called? The freezers you open.
Yeah, you know what? Forget the toolbox. I stick the Decepticons in the freezer. And then I need to start moving heavy things on top of the freezer. I get the ice cream out first. But
Okay.
then I start like piling heavy stuff on top of the freezer.
Okay, are you trying to do this quietly, or are you...
No.
Just... Okay.
I don't care. Frantically is more close than quietly.
Your father appears at the entrance to the garage. What are you doing, dear?
Getting ice cream, Daddy.
Well, no, you're not. You're going to be piling
Absolutely
everything
am.
on
See,
top.
here's the ice cream.
Yes. What have you done? Where are your new toys?
In the house? Why would I need them to go get ice cream?
Well, I saw you come through here with them.
I dropped them off just over there. Here's your ice cream, Daddy. And I walk past him.
She, like, where you pointed to as to where they are, he starts walking in that direction, and he ignores the ice cream entirely. Where did you say they were?
Just through over there, Daddy. And I'm starting to leave the house.
Okay, so are you trying to... Okay, can you give me a sneak check?
That's body, right?
That would be body.
Yep. 1.
Okay. He goes and looks in the corner, and you just leave. You open the front door.
I just leave.
You open the front door. Do you close it behind you, or do you just go?
I just go.
Okay. Where do you go?
Do any of these guys live close to me?
That's a question.
What?
I imagine maybe
Yeah.
Dot and Tarquin do not live... Like, they might live in some fancy place over that way.
In a crumbling pile, slightly outside. But I mean, you could live in the fancy parts. Nah.
We
Crumbling
need,
pile.
we need land for Peter to actually family to work on there as well. So definitely
This is
get
true.
out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I would go to Trisha's house.
But you know that...
Not here.
Yeah, you know that she has a family day today.
Yeah, so whoever's closest. I know where they all live.
Okay, so pick one. Dot and Tarquin or Peter.
I mean, we all basically live in the same place, so...
Okay, I'm gonna go to Dot and Parkland because there's 2 of them.
Okay.
So I'm...
As you
Sorry.
start to disappear, down the road, you hear a shout from behind you saying, "Parker, get back in this house right this instant, or you're grounded."
Parker out.
Parker out.
Okay. That's it, young lady. You're grounded as soon as you get back. And
Yeah, you wait for that to happen. Bye.
yep. Dot and Tarquin, what's happening in your home?
Have we still got a robot with us? Did you take the robot with you, Dot?
It was sitting on my shoulder, I think.
Yeah. I don't have the
But then
robot.
we've got 2. I can't remember where the other one is.
In your
It's
back.
in Tarquin's backpack.
This is
Either
true.
that or Trish has it.
I'm going to say that Tarquin has it in his backpack.
Trish only has the gun. She doesn't have
Okay.
either of the robots.
That makes sense. If I've
So
got
you've
one,
got,
then...
you've got both robots. That makes sense. But let's say you've got both robots. That's what we did.
What, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be trying to program them overnight and play with them. You know, like you're the person who probably
Yeah.
And you're at the end of the garden, so it's not hard.
Right. Okay. I'm going to say I probably actually...
How about okay? I'm in my bedroom. I'm working on a mural. and the mural is basically like Dot and the Destrons, as I'm trying to work out the band logo.
Right,
I was just wondering, like, you know, the word destroy is being transmitted to them. Could we block that? Is that a thing that can happen? I know, like, when radio waves get together, if it all maybe got a different word, like hug.
Tarquin is going to look at you blankly.
Also, you think the 4 skulls is too much?
No.
Okay.
There is a knock at your front door.
Okay, I'm going to go down and get that because we've been sort of. I imagine when we arrived, we moved through the house quite stealthily or surreptitiously,
Sure.
quietly. I have no idea where Mummy and Daddy are, and that's probably best.
Right
So-
now, yes, your parents are not home. You're allowed
Right.
to decide whether you think that's a good thing or not, which you consider a
That-
good thing right now.
I think that is standard behaviour. That's not abnormal.
Okay.
They probably had a thing and didn't tell us.
They're off at the local golf club or something like that for some
Exactly.
fundraiser.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to go down and answer the door.
And Parker.
Tarquin, this is the worst day ever. My
Oh,
parents
hey.
are zombies.
Your parents what?
My parents are zombies.
Well,
And
that's
I've
not
got
mine.
some
But
pecans in the freezer. I'm gonna eat all the ice cream.
Dot, it's Parker. She's saying something about zombies and ice cream. Do you want to come in, Parker?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to let Parker in and shout again up the stairs to Dot, who has definitely not appeared at the first yell. And then I'm going to go and get Parker ice cream.
Dot comes,
Good plan.
Dot comes downstairs like the Dot boot, shaking every single step on the way.
Every single wooden staircase bit of this
Yeah.
giant house.
I immediately try and look less pathetic. Pathetic only works with Tarquin.
I just like, his parents are zombies. What else is new?
Well, the chips are new.
Hmm.
Mm.
I'm
So
beginning
Tarquin
to
is-
suspect spacefaring robots are not for the best of human interest here.
No, I mean, they gave me Decepticons for, I don't know why, but they've given me 3 robots and I locked them in the freezer and Daddy got mad.
Parker?
Can I have returned holding two twisters
Yeah.
and be very surprised by this news. 2
Oh, thank you.
Decepticons, chips. They got your parents?
I got my parents.
How?
Well, don't ask me how. I don't know how. How'd they get the teenager down the road?
But I mean, he's a teenager. They grabbed him, but I mean, your parents are adults.
Do we think the lab's compromised?
Well, I mean, your parents have cars. They don't walk down the road and get grabbed by robots.
Do we think Trisha's parents are okay? Because they work with my parents, and if my parents aren't okay, then her parents might not be okay. And then what do we do?
Got a name, sorry. Is it? Sorry, I've lost the name. Karina. Do you know anything about Karina? Works at the labs, doesn't she? Is that the thing?
Karina is to be the designer of the toys.
Is that all we
And
know at this
we know
point?
they came from a nearby factory, but would we know that factory, if that factory is connected to the lab? I mean, Tarquin wouldn't, but
This Karina designer, she was in the paper last year as a kind of famous sort of local person, so she
Yeah.
didn't know.
Does anyone have their walkie-talkie? We should probably tell Peter and make him check his parents. And your parents. Where are your parents?
I'm gonna flip the scene to Peter.